Hello, Yankees fans. We have some very interesting updates to discuss today about the state of the team heading into the upcoming season. And there are a few names making waves in the rumor mill that we need to break down. Let's start with Michael King, who, as you all remember, was a major part of the Juan Soto trade. When King first became a starting pitcher for San Diego, he had an impressive debut season, pitching to a 2.95 ERA across 30 starts, throwing 173 and two-thirds innings, and racking up 211 strikeouts. That performance really put him on the map as a pitcher to watch. Unfortunately, last season was a different story, as injuries limited him to only 15 appearances, where he posted a 3.44 ERA in 73 and a third innings pitched with 76 strikeouts. The big question now is whether bringing King back to New York is a move the Yankees should seriously consider, especially given the likely financial commitment. The market is looking at something in the ballpark of 4 years for $100 million, perhaps a bit more. There's risk involved because King has a history of injuries, and the team has to weigh that against the potential of having an elite starter if he stays healthy. It's a tough decision, but there is no denying that if King remains on form, he would be a major asset to the Yankees' rotation. Looking at the current roster, the Yankees' rotation is somewhat uncertain. With Carlos Rodon missing the first month of the season and Garrett Cole potentially delayed as well, the rotation looks thin. Max Fried, Will Warren, Luis Heels, Cam Schlittler, and Ryan Yarbrough are all slated to start, but the depth is questionable. Adding someone like King could provide much-needed stability, but it would also require significant investment, and that might impact other targets like Tatsuyami. The reports suggest that if King is re-signed, he might no longer be a realistic option. Over the weekend, it was noted that the Yankees were backing on me, showing that interest never really waned, but prioritizing one might mean letting the other go. Re-signing King would also mean surrendering draft picks, as he declined the qualifying offer from San Diego this offseason. From a fan perspective, it's exciting to think about King returning. He was one of the standout pieces in the Soto trade, and having him pitch again in New York would feel like a homecoming of sorts. Fans remember his talent and consistency during his peak season, and bringing him back would definitely energize the rotation, provided he can stay healthy. It's interesting to note that King shares an agent with Kyle Tucker, which could suggest strategic negotiations happening behind the scenes. While speculation is just that, speculation, it does give fans something to watch closely as the offseason unfolds. Switching gears slightly, Corey Seager has also been a topic of discussion lately. The Rangers' general manager, Chris Young, stated that trade talks surrounding Seager have been exaggerated, although he didn't completely rule out discussions. Seager is undeniably one of the best players in baseball when healthy, excelling as shortstop and providing tremendous value, both offensively and defensively. The main question is whether his health will hold up, as that has been the biggest variable in his performance. Despite the large contract numbers in today's market, his deal is actually looking reasonable compared to what other top players are earning. Some may have once considered it an overpay, but with inflation and the shifting economy of baseball, it now seems like a fair value. While Seager is likely to remain with the Rangers, Ketel Marte is a different story. Marte has a no-trade list that includes 5 teams, and the Yankees are one of them. His choices are curious, though, because the other teams listed are less competitive, which raises questions about his intentions. Marte is a versatile, switch-hitting infielder primarily at second base, and he would slot in well for the Yankees, addressing a clear need. His no-trade clause might be used as leverage for renegotiating his contract, rather than strictly avoiding certain teams. However, it appears that the Yankees may not be his preferred destination, as other organizations on his list suggest strategic positioning rather than outright refusal. Regardless, he remains a top-tier talent and would be a tremendous addition for any team, but the Yankees may have to accept that landing him is unlikely. Another major name in the mix is Cody Bellinger. Negotiations for Bellinger seem to be centered around contract length and financial terms. The Yankees reportedly do not want to exceed a 5-year commitment, while Bellinger's camp is pushing for 7. This presents a dilemma for the team, as committing to him could mean adjusting their plans for other players, particularly the younger talent like Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez. Platooning those two doesn't make sense given their shared weaknesses against left-handed pitching. So the Yankees may need to trade one or acquire a true outfielder capable of performing consistently against all pitching types. Recent moves like signing Ahmed Rosario could complicate matters, but the team has to strategically manage roster spots and hitting potential in the outfield. All of these pieces, King, Seager, Marte, Bellinger, create a complex puzzle for the Yankees as they approach the offseason. Decisions made now will shape the rotation, the infield, and the outfield for years to come. Balancing financial commitments, player health, and positional needs is a challenging task, and fans are watching every development closely. The Yankees have multiple priorities to address, and each choice carries implications not just for this season, but for the team's trajectory in the near future. As rumors circulate and discussions continue, the fan base is left speculating on the potential moves that could redefine the roster. The dynamic nature of baseball trades and free agency keeps every offseason intriguing, especially for a franchise like the Yankees with championship ambitions. Bringing back Michael King could signal confidence in the rotation, while targeting Bellinger or exploring options like Marte could reshape the lineup in significant ways. These moves are more than just transactions. They represent strategy, vision, and a commitment to fielding a team capable of competing at the highest level. Every signing, trade, and negotiation contributes to the broader narrative of the Yankees' quest for dominance, and fans remain eager for the next official announcement that will clarify the team's path forward. As we follow these developments, it becomes clear that the offseason is as much about calculated risks as it is about securing top talent. Whether it's monitoring King's health and potential contract, evaluating Bellinger's terms, or assessing the realistic possibility of acquiring Marte, each decision is a reflection of both immediate goals and long-term strategy. The Yankees are navigating a complicated landscape of player performance, contract negotiations, and roster construction, and the outcomes of these deliberations will define not only the upcoming season, but the franchise's outlook for years ahead. Fans will continue to analyze every report, consider every rumor, and debate each potential move, as the stakes for the team remain extraordinarily high in pursuit of another championship run. Adding a pitcher like Michael King is tempting, but it doesn't happen in isolation. The team must consider how each addition affects other areas, including budget allocation, player health risks, and positional depth. King's potential 4-year deal for roughly $100 million would represent a significant investment in the rotation. But if he can stay healthy, he could stabilize a group that is otherwise unpredictable. The Yankees have always emphasized pitching, and King's presence could be the difference between a rotation that struggles early and one that dominates for the majority of the season. Then there's Carlos Rodon, whose early season absence leaves a gap that needs attention. Even if Garrett Cole returns on schedule, the rotation lacks depth without a seasoned starter who can handle innings consistently. Players like Max Fried and Ryan Yarbrough provide solid contributions, but relying on young arms like Will Warren and Luis Heels introduces risk, especially in the high-pressure environment of New York. Bringing King back could mitigate some of that uncertainty, providing both innings and reliability, which is invaluable in a team with championship aspirations. Fans remember the days when the rotation felt secure from start to finish, and King's return could signal a return to that stability. Meanwhile, the speculation surrounding Tatsuya remains a major storyline. Reports indicate that the Yankees were never fully off his radar, and interest continues despite potential competition for King's signing. If the team commits to King, may become unrealistic, forcing the front office to prioritize between an established starter and a high-upside talent. This is the kind of decision that defines off-seasons, balancing immediate needs against potential long-term gains. The Yankee strategy seems clear: maintain competitiveness in the near term without compromising flexibility for future acquisitions. That's a delicate line to walk, and each decision carries both opportunity and risk. On the offensive side, Cody Bellinger continues to dominate headlines. His potential addition is a clear signal that the Yankees are looking to strengthen the lineup in both power and versatility. The negotiations over contract length are crucial, with the team reportedly unwilling to go beyond 5 years while Bellinger's camp seeks 7. This disagreement highlights the challenges of assembling a roster where both immediate impact and long-term financial strategy must coexist. Bellinger offers the Yankees the ability to bolster outfield depth while ensuring a potent left-handed bat, which is critical given the struggles of younger players like Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez. Platooning them has proven ineffective due to overlapping weaknesses against left-handed pitching, making a move like Bellinger's more pressing. Speaking of outfielders, recent acquisitions and potential trades add further complexity. Ahmed Rosario's signing offers some flexibility, but the team still needs players capable of performing consistently in high-leverage situations. Austin Hayes has been mentioned as a potential addition, which could provide another dimension to the lineup. Balancing all these pieces, the prospects, the established players, and potential trades, is an intricate puzzle. The front office has to think not only about who can contribute immediately, but also about maintaining depth and adaptability as the season progresses. The Yankees have always excelled when they can blend youth and experience effectively, and the moves made in this offseason will test that philosophy. Turning back to infield possibilities, Ketel Marte remains one of the most intriguing options. A switch-hitting infielder capable of playing second base, Marte fits several gaps for the Yankees, including lineup flexibility and offensive balance. However, his no-trade clause complicates matters, and it appears he has strategically used it to exclude certain teams, potentially including the Yankees. While it's unclear if this reflects a personal preference or contract negotiation tactic, it underscores the challenges of navigating free agency. Even when a player's talent matches perfectly with team needs, contractual intricacies can make acquisition difficult. Marte's skill set is highly desirable, yet landing him may ultimately prove unlikely given these limitations. Meanwhile, Corey Seager remains a fascinating case study in player evaluation and market perception. While trade discussions are reportedly overstated, the Rangers have made it clear that they are willing to listen to offers without actively seeking a deal. Seager's value is undeniable when healthy, offering elite production both at the plate and in the field. Yet the uncertainty surrounding his health and contract terms complicates any potential transaction. Comparing Seager to other top players, his contract seems increasingly reasonable, reflecting broader shifts in the economics of baseball. For the Yankees, monitoring Seager's situation remains important, even if a trade is unlikely, because it helps the team benchmark talent and understand how other franchises are valuing elite players in free agency and trade scenarios. The strategic interplay of all these decisions, rotation depth, offensive reinforcement, potential trades, and contract negotiations, illustrates the complexity of constructing a championship-caliber roster. Each player under consideration comes with unique advantages and risks, and the Yankees must weigh these factors carefully. Michael King's return could solidify the starting rotation. Cody Bellinger could enhance offensive production, and Marte or Seager, if available, could provide additional depth and versatility. Balancing finances, player health, and positional coverage is not easy, especially when competing with other teams with similar ambitions. The front office's ability to navigate these waters will have a direct impact on the team's performance in the upcoming season. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Shockwaves rippled through the Yankees clubhouse corridors after what sources describe as a heated locker room confrontation that may have changed the team's internal dynamics overnight. According to growing speculation around the organization, manager Aaron Boone has decided to cut a starting player following an explosive argument behind closed doors, a move that has fueled rumors of deeper unrest within the roster. Whispers began circulating shortly after Ray's voices were reportedly heard echoing from the locker room, with multiple figures involved and tempers flaring beyond the point of containment. While the Yankees have maintained an official silence, insiders paint a picture of a situation that escalated quickly, forcing Boone to step in and assert authority. One source close to the clubhouse claims the manager's message was blunt and unmistakable. "He is out of here." The identity of the player has not been formally confirmed, but speculation centers on a regular starter whose recent body language and interactions had already drawn quiet concern. Around the league, rival executives are watching closely, wondering whether this was an isolated incident or the breaking point of tensions that have been simmering for weeks. Boone, known publicly for his calm demeanor, is now being portrayed in rumors as having reached his limit, prioritizing discipline and clubhouse culture over on-field status. Players, speaking anonymously, suggest the mood shifted instantly after the incident, with a mix of shock and reluctant understanding. Some believe the decision was meant as a clear message that no role is guaranteed, no matter a player's name or contract. Others fear the fallout could linger, especially if the situation exposes fractures within the team's leadership core. For now, the Yankees move forward under a cloud of uncertainty, with speculation filling the vacuum left by official restraint. Whether this bold stance stabilizes the clubhouse or opens new questions about internal harmony remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the echo of that locker room clash is still reverberating through the organization. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.